guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I'm back again, and then today I'm going to have a conversation with my friends. As you can see, I'm together with brown skin girls, and this conversation is totally not scripted. It's just going to be us just talking about our own daily challenges, insecurities that we have overcome while trying to stand out in our own ways, and then maybe some advices to listeners that will find this relatable. And I believe this is your first time seeing Aisha here. Aisha, thank you for coming. It means a lot, honestly. Thank you. And then we're having Fatima Mafi, and this is not her first time here. By the way, how are you? How are you doing generally?
Well, I am good.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure that I'm good.
Okay, yeah, Mafi.
I'm okay. I'm alright.
Okay.
This too should survive.
Well, for me, I'm not sure. I think I am okay, but then Mafi said today that it looks like I lose a lot of weight. So, the hustle and bustle of this life. Plus, it's not like I have a Legacy's Benz, so maybe, maybe that's the reason why, I am looking more thinner than I am. But then it's fine. So yeah, today I want us to talk about the insecurities, especially us ladies in Arewa, that's northern Nigeria, what we face, talking about from our society, from what people think, right? I think growing up, there was a time that even to speak, I used to feel I don't want to talk that much because people talk about my voice and then the way I look, and then that thing alone limits me as of then. But then as time goes on, I get to know that, yeah, these are just people's opinion on me. So what can you say about such insecurities?
Well, I think the biggest insecurities for me as a modern lady or as an Arewa lady, it's you are not enough. Like growing up, the society has a standards for you on how you are supposed to be, including some little things like how you are supposed to talk, how you are supposed to behave, how you are supposed to walk, and what you are supposed to do at a certain age, and so on. So growing up, you have this level of understanding of life, and you have this knowledge, and then you want to do something that is quite different from what the society sees you or perceive you to follow.
Yeah.
So at doing that, or at following that standard you set for yourself that is actually quite different from what society sets for you, you will feel insecure, you will feel like you are not enough. Are you doing the right thing? And so this basically is one of the insecurities. I see it as a problem for me as another lady.
I think this is not only a problem for you, but then for most of us that are growing up, it's general. Yeah, especially the way that the way you're supposed to talk, the way you're supposed to behave. There's this notion that you're just grown up to. There's a principle, a framework.
I don't know if you have seen it, but I think it came to my realization like very, very recent. But the gender has it as a can and should.
Yes.
So if you're a man, this is what a man can do.
Yes.
But for a woman, this is what
What
a man
you should do.
do.
Yes.
So even
Already
gender
have direction.
Yes.
even your tradition, your culture, like something a southerner, let's say a southerner lady can do, you as an Arewa lady, you cannot do it.
Yes.
And
should
it's
not
not
do
even
it.
against, we shouldn't even bring religion here because most of the things are not even against your
Are
religion.
cultural.
They are
Most
just
of them are
cultural
cultural
or
and tradition.
traditional,
Yes.
exactly. So
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we are mostly guided by what we should do or what we should not do. So we have a direction, and they have a lot of principles and guidelines to how a northerner should live. As a lady, of course, or
Yes.
as a girl from the north.
Yeah.
But for men, I think there are no guiding principles. Rather, there are steps that
Yeah.
are led for them to follow.
Yes.
For
Yes.
us, no, we have this principle.
And it's even okay for them to fail or to deviate from that step.
Yes.
They will say life will teach them.
Of
Like
course.
they have this benefit of doubt, they have
Yeah.
this opportunity to make mistakes, but you don't have it.
Okay, so I'm a fan of culture. Like I really do love and appreciate my culture and what it has. But what I don't agree with is the harmful practices. So in as much as they are good for us or they are meant to mold us, they shouldn't have negative impact on us. So like for that, the one we're talking about of insecurity around how you should behave or what you should be as a human, I think it has negative impact. So if that is something that is laid to guide us or to mold us, I think it should be taken out. So I love culture. I appreciate culture. I love it that culture is guiding a lot of us on what we do.
Yes.
But what I don't appreciate is the harmful practices in our culture, like shutting you up,
Yeah.
silencing you. Those are not things I would adopt as part of my culture.
So what you're saying is our people, especially our parents, should try to see a way that they should, change some of this, modernize. Thank you.
Because
Change some of this.
talking about modernizing culture is actually dynamic, so it changes over time.
Yes.
And even the harmful practices we talked about regarding or surrounding our cultures, if we are to look back 100 years back, those things were not in existence.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think it's time that we modernize those harmful practices. They had a negative effect on not only ladies but the society at large.
So I agree with you that culture, of course, is good for us and it's meant to mold us or to guide us on how we behave. But then it shouldn't have that negative impact. I think anything that will affect you negatively shouldn't be a part of it.
Yes,
So these are things that should be eliminated in the culture. But for culture, it should be culture.
So what can you say about body insecurities? And I believe a lot of our young ladies growing up now are facing these body insecurities. If they are fair, they want to be a certain way, a certain shape, because if you're not a certain shape, you're not up to the standard, right? Maybe your skin color, if you're black, now a lot of people, young ladies, are bleaching. Not because they don't know the side effect of bleaching, but because they want to be a certain way, they want to be perfect. Have you ever experienced body insecurity?
Well, I think one of the insecurities I do face, I still do face it, is regarding my voice. That's the only one.
Regarding
my voice.
Okay.
Growing up, which I tend to realize is something that is already part of me, and no matter how I try to feel bad regarding the comments I get about it, I cannot change it.
Yeah.
So it still goes back to self-esteem and then acceptance, accepting yourself the way you are. Exactly, accepting yourself the way you are. You are created this way. No matter how you try to change yourself, you will not be as the person you are looking at.
Sure.
You are perfect the way you are, and the moment you accept yourself the way you are, the society will accept you. Those people that are looking at you in a different way or in a negative way, or they are looking at you like you did not fit in, will have a change of mind the moment you start accepting yourself. So it all throws back to acceptance.
Yeah. So I totally agree with you, because it actually starts with you and how you take yourself and what those values you attach to yourself. I came to this point that for my height, my skin, my face, how I look different from other people in my family, I loved it. I just accepted it as my own uniqueness, and since I did that for myself, I think I've always really appreciated how I look. So that appreciation I give myself was the way out of insecurity for me as well. Appreciate, and I took it as uniqueness.
The moment you accept yourself, it becomes a strength to you. It becomes a power. Like, this is me, and then no one can be like me, right? And then if you emit that energy, people will have to absorb it. People absorb the energy you emit. If you emit lack of confidence and insecurities in yourself, it shows. And that's what people will feed. That's what people will feed on.
I think it's been a while since somebody gives me a negative compliment or all this questioning of body, and I feel like whenever you do that,
because you carry yourself. Yes, because you carry yourself with so much energy. That is why I used to tell people.
Choice.
And I said that I think we need to be speaking up. Like these things, in as much as we talked about confidence, low self-esteem, and we talk about acceptance, we also need to talk about speaking up.
Yeah.
Like, cumulatively, those negative comments do have an impact.
Yes,
A
yes,
long-term
it does.
impact.
It does.
So if someone talks to you or maybe comments on a certain part of your body that you feel insecure about,
You should
tell
talk.
the person.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Constructively.
Yes, exactly. I don't like what you said regarding my something, and I
Yes.
will appreciate it next time if you don't do it.
So the problem with speaking up is because if you're not confident in yourself, you cannot even find the courage to speak up.
Yes, you're not confident.
So that confidence is a lot. If you have the confidence, you have like half of the things that you need.
And I think the confidence actually comes from the acceptance she talks about and the appreciation. So I feel like we did not in any way contribute to how we look.
Yes.
We have never really been asked. No consultation.
Yes,
We
yes.
just made here.
Yes,
So
yes.
there's no consultation.
Yes.
Take it
The way you see it.
exactly,
Of
and then
course.
I'll give it to you the way
Sure,
it
sure,
is.
sure.
So there's nothing like I would want to change my.
We all are imperfect. I think all insecurities, I believed all insecurities started from home.
Yes.
If at home you are being accepted the way you are, or you do not have all those negative comments regarding how you look or how you behave, then whatever the society will say about you will not have a huge impact on you.
Sure.
So even if they do say it, as far as you have this acceptance at home, then it's baseless. Their own is baseless.
Sure.
So for me personally, I do not have all those negative comments at all. Even if I went out, I do have one or two from the society, from a lot of places. When I come home, I do discuss it. That was when I was a teenager, so I do discuss it, and then my mom will always tell me that you are perfect the way you are. You shouldn't let people's comments take something away from you. Just be yourself, and if this person doesn't like you the way you are, another person will do it. So all those things that they are saying are just baseless, and you shouldn't even let it get into you. So for that, all comments in the society or where I do go, it doesn't have any impact on me. I see it as nothing.
Yeah, that is why it is good for our parents to know how they talk to their children, honestly, because it has high effect on them.
So for any negative impact, any negative comment in the society that is directly towards me, it doesn't shake me at all. Honestly,
I understand.
I'll just listen to it and say, okay,
yes,
that's fine.
Honestly, I think I resonate with what you said here.
For me, one thing I realized also about insecurities has to do with body, the structure and whatever are usually societally meant or something. It's the society that brings it up.
Sure.
So hardly would you find it at home for a lot of us, because I think the culture has really protected us on that aspect.
Yes.
So I think for me, one thing I did not give room for that. I did not open up for anybody to actually really criticize me within family. And then so for society attack or whatsoever, I have a family that takes it personally.
Okay.
So even when I did not hear it, or I hear and neglect it, there's somebody in the family that is taking it too personal. So that has always really worked for me. So when support from
support.
So
I think that's a good thing. Support system, having your parents understand you, and then having our parents too, because this is to all of the parents out there. Be it you have a child, or your child is growing up, know how to talk to that child, because it will have a lasting impact on the child's mental health, and coming up to overcoming all these challenges, and then still you're striving hard to be someone that people look up to in the society. How do you cope? How do you juggle life in general?
I think the best motivation for me is my study.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. At some point, we all have our low time where we feel like we should just dump everything and then be ourselves, or be the way we are supposed
to be.
Exactly.
Or how people want
us
to be.
But it's a moment thing. It's just for a few moments, and when you think about how you started, what made you started, and so on,
Why?
it's just it will just inspire you to continue. But it's not easy. Like at some point, you have to break down a lot of challenges surrounding that, and for, especially the emotional parts.
It's very important. What at any stage you are in life, you should always ask yourself these 5 W's and 1 H.
Yeah.
Why, when, irrespective of what you want to reflect on. So why do you start? Where are you now? Where are you heading? How will you how will you reach that milestone you want to reach? So these questions, this thought-provoking self-evaluation is very important as a lady, and you need to put yourself in check at all point, and then see a way that you're still in line with what you want, your goals, your plans in life. So over to you. How did you juggle life?
So I have a very terrible pattern for coping and navigating through all of these challenges. I call it terrible because I feel like I'm the only one. Well, now I'm the only one that can use it perfectly. And if something is others cannot use it so well,
Sure.
it's a terrible thing. So I have things I do when I'm really down or when there are lots of challenges. I speak up. I hardly keep my challenges to myself.
Sure,
Hardly.
it's very important.
Hardly.
People want to be holding things to
Sometimes
themselves.
it's not about people holding things.
Okay.
It's about
It's lack
having
of
the
platform
yes,
to
the
really,
listening.
Yes,
shoulders
but
to
then
lean on.
it also comes down to trust.
Yeah.
You also need to be vulnerable enough to trust people. If you don't trust someone, how will you tell that if that person will really listen or not?
So I think at every point I've had to trust issue, but then I always know that I trust myself so much. So I really take in things I want to tell someone and try to tell myself and see how I react to them.
Yeah.
So there are moments that there are things I don't tell people, but I tell myself, which I believe that I have an ear that listens to me within me.
Yes.
So I write it down and I come back to apply myself.
Journaling.
Yes, not really journaling, but self-communication. I do that a lot. I ask myself questions and I respond to them.
Yeah.
So for those things, they are really between me and me. But then I speak to people that I really do trust, and no matter how harmful that could be, because at some point things happen and people can break your trust.
Exactly.
So I try as much as I can to limit what I say.
Yes,
So, but then I
yes,
speak
that
up.
limiting is
Yeah,
also
so I've
important.
really built a lot of trust network with people. Not too many people, but then there are
But-
people that really
Yes.
would always want to even listen. That even makes the pattern more terrible is I sleep over a lot of things. So I can even forget that I need to talk about this thing, so this thing have happened, and I will sleep as though there is nothing bothering me.
I think that's a good coping
No, me
mechanism,
sleeping.
honestly.
If I have something on in
cannot
me, I
sleep.
cannot sleep.
I will find a way to sleep.
I
and the
cannot
moment I
sleep. I want to end this conversation now, but then we're still going to be coming back, sometimes. In a nutshell, what advice can you tell any other young lady out there that feels insecure about herself?
It is not easy.
I've mentioned that.
Yes, exactly. So you just have to accept yourself the way you are, and then that confidence you need to develop. You need to
Fake
look,
it.
Exactly.
Wait, you need to
Look
fake
at
it.
yourself
Sometimes
every day in the mirror and
Yes,
tell yourself
right.
you are enough.
Yes.
Yes, you are enough.
In most
Yes.
cases, one thing I know that has always really inspired me to just keep being me and don't do too much. Don't overdo,
Yes, sir.
is that I know I'm getting there.
Sure.
So even if I don't
Exactly.
accept that I am perfectly made the way I am,
Yes.
I will come to that acceptance.
Yeah.
And moreover, there's nothing I can do about it. I was not asked.
Yes,
I was not
yes.
So I
What
appreciate.
you
Yes.
run away from it is the process.
Yeah.
People
We
don't like the
always
process.
overlook it. We just want to arrive, and
It's
not possible.
it's not possible.
You just have to.
It's
a
not
journey.
possible.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
You have to follow the process.
Yeah, so from what you've heard from my friends, it's not easy, it's a journey. Don't deprive yourself of the experiences that you get from the process. Just embrace everything, and then at long last you get there. You definitely get there. And embrace your insecurities to be your strength. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time watching us here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and then share us in the comment section how you overcome your insecurities. And yeah, bye. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Susu's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Please, our channel.
Okay. Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
Bye.